Good morning. I'm Julie O'Malley, and I'm here with Megan Pennington. And we are going to talk a little bit about how to make Halloween successful for every child. Um, Halloween is right around the corner. We are about 3 weeks out, so that'll give you lots of time to practice and plan and find a costume. But now is the time to start planning.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let your child know ahead of time what to expect, particularly on days with special events and several transitions. If they're having a party at school or the costume parade at school, if it's a trick-or-treating night, let them know ahead of time. And this can be a written schedule. It can be one with just words or pictures, depending on the level of your child. Children will feel calmer and safer knowing what is coming next. So use visuals when needed or social stories, and we'll have more about those a little bit later. Discuss the schedule regularly and provide information for each one. And here are a few examples of a Halloween party checklist, a visual on the steps to carve a pumpkin, trick-or-treating. There's also one that we had here, and it is one that we have used, and it had 6 houses that we were going to trick-or-treat at, and then we check off as we went to each house. You can really make your own. You can do them on a phone, and whatever is easy.
Yes, and those are on Pinterest.
Yes, these are on our Pinterest board. Yeah, pinterest.com/WVATC.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so as you had mentioned, Julie, social stories are a really great tool for really any special event or method to address difficult situations for your child, and Halloween could be one of those things. So social story is written or picture guide to detail what your child will expect in that event, what they can do, and what others will do. It greatly reduces anxiety for a lot of children, and we know that Halloween can be an anxiety-inducing time because there are so many unexpected and different things that can happen with that day. As Julie mentioned, school is just crazy with excitement and parades and class parties, and I mean, I know that's what it's always been like, and so that can be a really difficult time for any child, but especially those on the spectrum. So here are some free resources that you can access to either model to make it your own, or to just use as is if it meets the needs of your particular kiddo. There again, you can just Google social stories Halloween, or Julie has this PowerPoint available for anybody who would like it. Why don't you say your email address?
It's Lynch, LYNCH29 at marshall.edu.
Yes.
And if you would like a copy of the PowerPoint, just send me an email and I will send it to you.
Yeah, and that way you can just use these hyperlinks and go directly to our favorite social stories for Halloween and trick-or-treat. Books about Halloween are really important. Books about any particular special event are really important to utilize. It increases language and vocabulary development. It gives them vocabulary to use with their peers who are already talking about these things, and it helps familiarize them with the topic. So for this particular topic, Halloween, we love Autism Helper. Autism Helper is a great resource to use, and she has 3 books up there. There was an Old Mummy Who Swallowed a Spider, The Spooky Wheels on the Bus, and 10 Timid Ghosts. Also, don't forget to utilize your public library. They have lots of books on Halloween up on their end caps, or you can ask a friendly librarian.
Okay, and moving on to choosing a costume. Let your child have input when choosing the costume. If they have a certain character that they like, really allow them to make the choice of what they want to wear. If they don't like their costume, talk about what it is they don't like. Is it too itchy? Are there tags that are bothering them? Is it too tight? Make sure you try it on ahead of time so you're not fixing it the night of trick-or-treat or the day of the Halloween party at school. Consider a Halloween costume that fits over your child's clothes, such as butterfly wings or a hat or a cape. There's these silly masks you can get at Target for $1, and they
or
can
Michael's.
Yes, and if they don't want to put a costume on, let them have a little bit of a costume. Let's see, have your child practice wearing. We talked about that. And this will allow us time to get rid of itchy tags and fabric ahead of time. Bring along a soft Halloween themed t-shirt or other favorite outfit for your child to wear if you don't think that they're going to be able to tolerate the costume.
I really like that tip.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
All right, and here's just a few examples of costumes that are very comfortable. Pajamas, a simple cape, butterfly wings, the Superman t-shirt with the detachable cape, and that comes right from Walmart, so they're easy to get. All right, preparation.
The most important thing to make Halloween successful is to prepare. So we have some preparation tips. Show your child other costumes kids may be wearing in advance. So you could look at Walmart or Target and go through those costumes and talk about them. You could even, for this tip, you could even give the child language or phrases to say to the kids that may be wearing these costumes, like, oh, that's a cool costume, or I really love Spider-Man, things that you could practice with your child so that they could say that.
We do have sheets on the Pinterest page of social scripts, Yay! Things that I can say during trick-or-treating.
Yeah,
so
perfect.
You can just print them out, put them on a key ring, and practice for the few weeks before Halloween comes.
Yeah. If you are meeting others for a party or trick-or-treat, try to arrange to meet a little early, because I think that our kids that have anxiety, especially social anxiety, they like to get there early so that they're not walking into a crowded room. And also it gives you an opportunity to discuss more the costumes that may scare your child, because costumes are meant to change a person, and change is not something that is well favored by our kids on the spectrum. So things like masks, wigs, especially the scarier ones, it might help to talk about those. Practice beforehand again. So if you have neighbors who are friendly, you could practice going up and ringing the doorbell and knocking and receiving the candy. We have social scripts, but also remember to use all of your tools that you have. So augmentative communication devices should go with you. I know that a lot of kids on the spectrum utilize sign. And so this is the sign for trick or treat. So you take your non-dominant hand, my left hand is mine. You hold up your index finger and you knock on it like you're knocking on the door. And then you sign candy. So trick or treat. And so you can practice that sign with your kids before going out, and they can practice. What was the
the voice memo on your
voice
phone?
Memo.
It's a free app that you can put, and you can record yourself or another child saying trick or treat, and they can use that when they go to the door. Mm-hmm. And we also have on the Pinterest page printable trick or treat tags that you could give out, and it just says trick or treat, hello, my name is, and you fill it in. Yeah. And I have autism. I cannot say trick or treat or happy Halloween, but I'm trying. Thank you for understanding, and have a happy Halloween. And they're all different ones, and you can individualize them.
I love that. But the most important thing is knowing your child's limits. If they go to one house, that's fantastic. 3 is great. If they can stay all night, that's wonderful. But don't push. Don't worry about what other people will think. And just try to have a great time.
Okay, and if trick-or-treating is not going to work out for your family, have some Halloween alternatives. You could go pumpkin picking, you could have a Halloween movie night at your house, a Halloween themed dinner, you could get some Halloween paper cups and paper plates and maybe make pumpkin shaped pancakes. And do whatever is going to make your child and your family happy. So if pumpkin picking is something you think your family can do, and go to the pumpkin patch, and it's a great time. You'd be outside, and you don't have to worry about carving pumpkins. There are many other things that you can do with the pumpkins. There's a few pictures here on the slide. There's one, and it just has yarn wrapped around it with a spider on it to make it look like a web. There's another one with some duct tape and some googly eyes, and he looks like a mummy. And then the last picture are just buttons, and they have been pinned on with nails, so you can practice using those fine motor skills. That is about it here.
Halloween themed movie night is another way to participate in Halloween without actually having to go trick-or-treating. So turn off the porch light if we're going to have the movie themed night during trick-or-treat. That way it indicates to the trick-or-treaters that you're not available to give out candy. Build that couch tent. Build the tent. Settle in for the night. Get your favorite candy, your child's favorite candy. And again, this is a way to give your child language and vocabulary that they need to discuss these common events and special occasions. So, The Dog Who Saved Halloween. My favorite is Hocus Pocus. Of course, that's a classic. So, and talk with your child if they will tolerate that, talking during the movie. Talk with your child about what is on the screen. Give them those language, that vocabulary.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
So to close, don't give up. Halloween only comes around once a year, so that's really not a lot of time to practice. It's not a daily event, so it's going to take a little bit of time for your child perhaps to really start to enjoy this season. But I think that if you prepare and practice and you utilize some of our tips and you utilize our Pinterest board, it can really be a very fun um, event for you.
All right, I think that's it. Thank you. And if you want a copy of the PowerPoint, again, email is lynch, LYNCH29 @marshall.edu. Thank you.
Bye.